Hello everybody, Taking Up 47 here. Welcome to my stream. Sorry I was quiet for a bit there. Just want to make sure everything was working at least relatively well. Seems like it is. Um, so yeah, okay. Today is not Smash and it's not Super Metroid. It is going to be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Um, I was thinking about what game I wanted to play, and I was like, I wouldn't. I just felt like trying this out. I know I talked about it last week that I thought this was one of the games I thought about playing, and it sounded like it'd be fun to play through some now. Uh, I want to reiterate again that I don't know if I'll actually be finishing this on stream sometime or not, but I would like to. This is gonna be very long if I do though. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is not a short game. But yeah, no, I just didn't really. It's not that I didn't feel like playing the other games this time. It's just that I felt like playing this one the most. This was the one that most interested me. So I thought I'd try it out. Plus, try it out. I've played it already, but play it for you guys. Besides, I thought this might be good because I guess spoilers for those who haven't seen the Nintendo Direct, but there is a new Zelda game coming out. Um, I think this year. It's not like going to be a Breath of the Wild esque game, but it looks good. It's a game where you get to play as Zelda and it looks fun. And I thought it would be interesting to kind of like play a Zelda game with like now that we have news of a new one coming out. I thought that'd be kind of a fun way of doing things. So yes, that's that is one of the reasons why I thought it would be good to do this. Don't worry, I do still want to do some more Super Metroid and Smash. It's just not what I was planning on doing today. So yes, I do want to go over a few things. First, I want to start by saying that I do not have sound. So there's that small problem. I don't have sound right now. I uh, don't have sound, so since I don't have sound, like there is some voice acting in this game, but I will just be reading the text because I don't have sound. I could technically give you guys sound, but I am paranoid with that, and I can't hear it myself, and I'd rather be able to hear it as well. So for now, we're just going to go in without any sound and just kind of see where that takes us. Don't know if there's anything else I want to mention right off the bat, honestly. I think that's mostly it. I just wanted to get that out there so you guys know that I'll be reading through dialogue that is usually voice acted since I don't have the sound for it. But yeah, no, beyond that, I think we're good to get started. I don't want to take any more of your guys' time. So yeah, let's just get started with Breath of the Wild. I have played this game before, but it has been many years, so kind of similar to like Smash Brothers. It's going to be a bit of a readjustment. Alright, let's see. So, good old Nintendo presenting like most of the games I play because I play Switch games. Breath of the Wild. Alright. Now, I can remember when this came out, it was, whew, that was an interesting time. Not like a bad time, just interesting. Open your eyes. So, actually, this brings up, though, a bit of a, I don't know, it's a memory for me. I did not order a Switch when they first came out, but I did still get a Switch when the year they came out. And I ordered a Switch, open your eyes. I ordered a Switch that would have come with Breath of the Wild, so that is, this was actually the first Switch game I ever owned. I can still remember when I started playing it. It was a lot of fun. That was a long time ago, though. It is one of my most played hours. Maybe not most played games, but like most hours in a game. So, sorry, I missed some of the text, but that's fine. It's fine. It's a lot of repetition. This is gonna be a bit interesting because I have a smaller screen to play this on, but I guess it's actually probably about close to the same size as the Switch itself, so shouldn't be too bad. Alright, let me see if I can't. Oh no, 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 wait, hold up. Is that what I want? Is that what I want? I don't know, I don't think that's what I want. No, just camera, I'm fine with the camera. I think this is what I want. Yes, that's what I want. This is how I usually played it with B at jump. It's just so much easier that way for me. So to go over controls for the very few that don't know it, we have a jump button, which is B for me, X otherwise. X is going to be running for me, but it would be jump otherwise. Running uses up stamina, which we have only a little bit of right now. In the upper left corner, we have hearts. That is how much damage we can take. We don't have any weapons currently, but Y would pull out our weapon if we did. A is to interact with things. Um, VL is lock on, which we can now we can jump around with the B button or X, depending on how you have it set up. This is how you can do like dodges and stuff. There is no really dodge rolling in this game, like how in some of the other Zelda games you can like roll on the ground. It's mostly just like running and dodging and doing like side steps and backflips. Uh, the uh, the ZR button is for our bow, but we don't have a bow at the moment. Um, R is actually for something else with weapons, but we'll go over that later. And yeah, we don't have L unlocked yet either. So we can examine this. And this will kind of get us a little bit more started. This is a Sheikah Slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber. Sure. Will do. The Sheikah Slate is very useful. A mysterious tablet with a glowing center. You've never seen this device before, and yet there's something familiar about it. Yeah, the Sheikah Slate is very, very special. And will be very useful throughout the entirety of our playthrough. Interestingly, we've actually kind of seen some stuff the Sheikah Slate can do already, purely in Smash Brothers. For those who didn't see my Smash Brothers stream, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but for those who have seen it, you might know what I'm talking about. Because we actually have seen some of the Slate's abilities in action. So we can pick up the small things with A, but like boxes we can't pick up because they're too big for us. And we can throw them again with A as well. We can then check these chests. If we check them from the side, he'll kick them. Well-worn trousers. These old trousers are threadbare in spots, but they're surprisingly comfortable. The legs are a bit too short, though. We can open our inventory with the plus button, and then we can equip this. We have a few other sections, too, but we can't go to them yet. We just have armor and key items for now. This is also where you check the adventure log, and where you can save the game, check the DLC. I do own the DLC, so we'll be seeing some of that too, probably. So you can, okay, so you can do this the right way. If you right-click if you click in the right Joy-Con stick, you can open up the camera, it's not really a camera, it's a scope, I think is what they call it. The scope in the, on the Sheikah Slate, and this is how you can like mark things you see so you can find them later. We'll be doing that more so later. We can crouch with the left stick by pressing that in, and crouching, as it says up there, is a stealth ability. Running will get you out of your crouch, but you can jump in your crouch. And if you're crouching and you open a chest from the side, he punches it instead of kicking it. Old shirt. A thin shirt made long ago. It's coming apart at the seams, but it's better than nothing. The sleeves are a bit on the short side. So now we have a total of, I want to say, well, yeah, we should be at 2 armor, which is not great, but it's better than nothing. And we can now move on. You can skip the closing, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. It seems like you probably could. Hold the Sheikah Slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way. Alright, well, if you insist. Authenticating. Sheikah Slate confirmed. Alright. We have now opened up the way outside. Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go. Well, mysterious voice in the sky, if you insist. Unlike some previous Zelda games, Link can climb on walls now. It takes up stamina to do so, and you can jump on walls, but it takes up more stamina to do that as well. There are some games where you could climb on things as well, but it would not usually let you climb on practically everything like this game does. You could climb on many, many things in Breath of the Wild. This is still a really pretty opening. If you ask my opinion, I really like this opening. Introduces you to the world. You can see a lot of it here, but not even close to all of it. See quite a few interesting locales out there, though. But for now, our ultimate goal will be maybe to go check out that old guy watching us. Seems like that might be a good starting point. The Great Plateau. Right here we have a twig. Let's pick this off the ground. We have a tree branch. Okay, wooden branches such as this are pretty common, but it's surprisingly well balanced. It doesn't do much damage, but can serve as a weapon in a pinch. So the Y button is to attack, as you can see here. Weapons have durability in this game, so they will break. So it's for the best to keep an eye on that. If we hold down the R button, we can throw our weapon. Throwing the weapon into an enemy usually destroys the weapon, depending on the type of weapon that is, but it does extra damage, especially if it's about to break, if I remember correctly. We can hit the X button, or maybe B button, whichever button it is that you use for running, to put the weapon away, in case you don't want to just run with it out. And if we hold the right button on the Joy-Con, we can bring up our inventory of weapons, which we don't really have many of. We also have a set limit of how many weapons we can carry as of this moment, so we want to keep an eye out for that. The upper left corner now has a few other now shows like buttons that we can press. The down button is to call our mount, but we don't have a mount. Left and up don't do anything quite yet, but they will be important for later. Trust me on that one. The trig branch is a very weak weapon, but we can swing with it. We have a combo strike with it. Whap. We also can hold it down and do a spin attack with it. So if you want to hit multiple enemies, we got that ability. Up here we have some mushrooms. Hylian shroom, a common mushroom found near trees around Hyrule. Eat it to restore half a heart. This is how you restore HP in this game. You don't find hearts in the ground. You find food, and it'll heal you. So it's a bit different, but it'll work. We can't do anything about these trees quite yet because we just have a twig to hit them with. But there'll be other things we can do with them later. For now, we can grab the shrooms that they have, and we can climb them if we were feeling like doing that for some reason. When you're climbing something, this is actually important, you can hit the X button to let go, if that's your stamina button. Link. Head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah Slate. We have a new main quest. Follow the Sheikah Slate. The Sheikah Slate is our map, so if we hit the minus button, we can now see that there's this marking here that we need to go to, and we have the Shrine of Resurrection, which is where we are. This is the Great Plateau, this whole marked-in area. We can always hit minus again to bring that back up. I was in the middle of saying something though. Basically, you can drop with X, drop with the stamina button, and if you hold the opposite direction of the wall you're on, you can jump off it with the jump button. So I'm just gonna call them jump and stamina because I don't know what you guys will have as yours, and you might have it set up differently than mine, and I don't want to confuse you guys too much. So whichever button you have for what I mentioned, just use that one. If we run out of stamina, we can't run or use charge attacks, so we want to be careful about that. Up here we have an apple, a common fruit found on trees all around Hyrule. Eat it fresh or cook it to increase its effect. So we could check these out. We now have materials, and we now actually have a quest in the adventure log. Not the button I'm trying to press, I just need to move like this. We can also check out our weapons in here. Not a whole lot's changed otherwise, but we can check a few things out now. Sometimes to get apples, we have to climb on the trees. But let's talk to this old man. Oh, well met, stranger. It's rather unusual to see another soul in these parts. Who are you? Me? I'll spare you my life story. I'm just an old fool who has lived here, alone, for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to a place like this? Where are we? Answering a question with a question. That is fair enough. As I cannot imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to legend, this is the birthplace of the entire Kingdom of Hyrule. Really? That's different. That temple over there. Long ago, it was the site of many sacred ceremonies. Ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned and in a state of decay. Yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. I shall be here for some time. Please, let me know if I may be of service. See what happens if we talk to him again. Yes? What are you doing? I'm relaxing by fireside, of course. Although I'll need to cook myself another baked apple at some point. Simple foods such as apples are fine to eat raw, but roasting them on a fire makes them tastier and more nutritious. So we can grab this baked apple he has here. It heals just a little bit more, an extra quarter heart. The great heat has softened and sweetened this apple. Eat it to restore 3/4 of a heart. I beg your pardon? I believe that is my baked apple. You can't just go around about taking whatever you please. Oh, forgive me. I couldn't resist pulling your leg. Please, help yourself. An apple and an open flame make for a succulent treat. We can do this with our own apples. This now unlocks the food category for us. We can actually also do it with our shrooms. Just show that off really quickly. So what you do is you take this. You come in here and then you go here. You hit hold instead of eat because eat will eat it. And you choose how many you want to hold. We're just going to use one. We can toss it down with the A button as well. A is how you choose if you want to hold it. And if you let it sit next to a fire, it will cook. A Hylian shroom toasted to perfection. The taste and fragrance are amplified, restoring more health to its consumer. It's a little bit better, but I don't think I'm going to do it to everything because I'd rather keep some of them. But now that we have a fire, a few other things we can go over. One, our temperature meter just went into blazes because I stood on it. See, it's on fire now, and that will damage us. But our temperature meter in the bottom right, that I don't think I've talked about yet, will go up and down, and if it hits one of those points that is different colored, we'll need to figure out some way to warm or cool ourselves off. Furthermore, we have a sound meter, which you see goes pretty loud when we're running, marginally loud when we're walking, but very quiet when we're crouching. That is what, if enemies can hear us or not. Furthermore, in the bottom right is our mini-map, which I also, for some reason, haven't gone over yet, but we can use it to see things, obviously. Now, back to the fire, there's something else I want to talk about. So long as you have a wooden weapon, you can go over to a fire, stick your weapon into it, and it'll catch on fire. It will burn away, so we're not going to keep it. If you want to stop it from burning away, just put it back with the stamina button. But when it's on fire, if you pay attention, it will heat you up. It will heat you up, and it will also light things up. So, very useful to have. There's also a new weapon over here, a torch. This torch will stay lit once ignited, but if you put it away, its flame will be extinguished until you light it again. This is teaching us how to change weapon, but I already showed you that. Well then, just help yourself to that torch there. And how, may I ask, are you planning to use it? To set things on fire. That is rather unnerving. Please be cautious with that around the dry grass that might catch fire. You know, there are plenty of monsters in this area. The torch would make a good weapon, if need be. However, do not just swing it around without purpose. You must face your opponents and lock your sights on them. Teaching us about lock-on, which I already went over. The weapons also have a certain amount of damage that they'll be doing. Like, both the tree branch and the torch are actually 2s, as you can see in the bottom right corner of their section. The torch is actually very special because it, when lit on fire, does not burn up. So you can just kind of walk around with it on fire, and it won't burn up. If you stay close to the grass, do I have to stay close or do I have to attack it? I guess I have to attack it. If you hold it down when near glass, you can set it on fire, and this causes updrafts to happen. That will be more important later on. We can also swing with it. It works just like the tree branch does. So, can be useful, but not like the most helpful weapon. Over here, though, we have another weapon. We have the woodcutter's axe. This weapon has a 3 strengths instead of a 2 strengths. It is a woodcutter's tool of choice for felling trees. It's formidable in weight, and uneven balancing make it a slow and efficient weapon. The woodcutter's axe is indeed a weapon, but it's actually a new type of weapon. One, it's bladed, so we can actually cut grass now. And 2, it's two-handed. So instead of the other 2, which are one-handed, this is a two-handed. With two-handed weapons, you cannot wield a shield, but you can, but you usually do, I think it usually does a bit more damage. You also have one of the more fun stamina charge attacks, because I really like the spinning. You get to spin around. At the end, you slam it into the ground, which I think does do damage to the axe, even if there's nothing that you're hitting. But you can stop that by just hitting the stamina button to put the weapon away. Like that. So we're going to just keep the woodcutter's axe for now. We can also cut down trees now, which I guess I should show off. If we hit the tree... Oh, this is an apple tree. We can actually grab the apples if we hit it. If we hit the tree, we can see that we've done a little bit of damage to it. If we hit it again, it'll fall over. If we hit it in the right way. That's not true for every tree, but for this one it is. And what we want to do is take this tree log, doesn't really need to say tree log, and hit it again, and we can make ourselves some wood. A portable bundle of wood. You can use this to make a campfire if you have something to ignite it. Light it. This is actually very important, as if you can light the campfires can come in really handy, especially later game. For right now, they can come in handy as they can be places to cook your food if you need to. We can also actually activate this campfire if we just want to have a different one from the old man's. And then the trees, if I remember correctly, do respawn. I just don't remember what it takes for them to respawn. Okay, let me get a quick drink. There's been a lot of explaining things so far, so I'm just going to grab a quick drink. Let me see here. There's something down there. Oh, there's something here too. If we jump into the water here. If we jump into the water here, he does a dive, and we unlock a croc. Yahaha, you found me. Huh? You're not Hestu, but you can see me? I didn't know your kind could see, children of the forest. Well, if you run the Hestu, please return this to him. Korok Seed, I meant to read that. Oh well. Oh, and my friends are hiding in lots of different places, too. Don't be shy about poking your nose into suspicious places. That's okay. They're in our important items section. Okay, so let's see. The small seed was given to you by a Korok. It has a distinct smell. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what may happen. So now we're swimming. Swimming also requires stamina, as you would anticipate. You can dash just like with jumping. If you're climbing, though, it takes up extra stamina. If you run out of stamina while swimming, you'll drown. If you run out of stamina while climbing, you'll just fall down to the ground. And that can kill you if you're too high up, but it could also just not. So, kind of depends. Right here we have a new weapon, Rusty Broadsword. This once feared sword has seen better days. It can do some damage in the right hands, but also breaks quickly. So kind of giving us a bit of a warning that it'll break quickly, but it has 6 strength, so it is the strongest weapon we have so far. It is just like the torch and the tree branch, but with a big difference. It is a blade, so it will slash into enemies instead of like so we can use it to cut down we can use it to cut grass, and we can use it to cut down trees. Not that I'd recommend using it to cut down trees, but you can. Koroks are very important. We'll want to keep an eye out for them, but I have no intention of getting them all, as there's an insane amount. We also see fish in the water. That is important. We can grab fish while swimming, if I remember correctly. Let's head over to this island right here. It seems to take a little less stamina to dash in water than it does to, um, yeah, than it does to jump. So that's understandable. The fish will swim away from us naturally. I think we can grab them though. Yeah, so you can just swim up to a fish and grab it out of the water. I like you do. Hyrule Bass, an ordinary fish that can be found all over Hyrule. It can be eaten raw, but cooking it amplifies its healing benefits. It is a full heart though, so like if we need it, that's like 1/3 of our health. So definitely not something to complain about. Now there is something else interesting to talk about. Ooh, Temple of Time. We're close to the temple then. If you pay attention to the stamina meter, when you get close to the end, it turns red like that. If you jump, I don't know if it works with dashing, but if you jump when you have it red like that, you will actually jump higher than normal. It's like a last ditch effort, basically. I'm gonna see if I can get like another fish or two, because that's a good healing item. Ooh, frog. Hot-footed frog. A quick frog. I almost called it a fog. A quick frog that can be found hopping around near water. Cook it with monster parts to draw out its speed boost effect. Interesting. That is also in our inventory as material, but that is not a that's not a food item. This is something that we have to cook. And when it says cook, it is actually not talking about placing it inside of a campfire. We'll go over cooking later when we have the ability to actually do it, but yes, just keep in mind, it's not telling you to toss a frog into a campfire. I just want to get another bass, because the bass are pretty good. A full hot heal is not bad this early on. Okay. Just gonna take a second to check on things. Since I don't have a second computer anymore, for those of you who weren't here last week, my other computer broke, so I am now back to one computer, so one monitor, and I have to check it constantly to make sure everything's still running. And oh, when you cut the grass, you can sometimes find things in the grass, just not hearts. We found a restless cricket, a very energetic cricket. Cook it with monster parts to create a stamina recovery elixir. Not bad. Oh, I was spotted by an enemy. Okay. This is a bokoblin, the most typical enemy type, I would say. It looks like he's wielding a tree branch, so we have the upper hand here. We can lock onto him with the L button, as I'm doing right now. He does not have a, oh, I got a Flurry Rush, okay. He doesn't have a health bar yet, but once we start hitting him, it shows up. And the broadsword's badly damaged already. Well, it did say it breaks quickly. We can throw weapons with the R button, like I said before, and this is a good way of getting rid of weapons that you don't want, but also a good way to deal extra damage to an enemy. Bokoblin Horn. The severed horn of a bokoblin, a creature often encountered on the plains of Hyrule. It isn't edible, but it can be tossed into a stew with some critters to make an elixir. When they're talking about monster pots, that is one of the such things that they are talking about. So we can, once we get into cooking, we can cook ourselves some elixirs with those things, those materials. I don't know if I did get a few bench, okay. We can also sort our inventory here based on weapon type or damage, I think is what it is. No, that's not exactly it, actually. Maybe it's weapon type and damage, just it'll decide. Yeah, it's weapon type and then it's the damage type. I think I prefer it like this because then the higher number at the end. Okay, so we have another bokoblin up ahead. They're red bokoblins, which means they are very easy to take out. They are the weakest type of bokoblin, but they are very typical enemies. One issue with Breath of the Wild is that there's not a big variety of enemies, which Tears of the Kingdom fixed a little bit, where they did add quite a few different enemy types. But there's a decent amount of enemies in Breath of the Wild, just not as many, if that makes any sense. Okay, well here, if we toss this... No, okay, so it's too far away. So what happened earlier in the combat, I was jumping around and... Oh, wait, real quick. Roasted bird drumstick. A raw bird drumstick that's been cooked to crisp, skin and all. It's devoid of seasoning, but it has a simple, accessible taste. Restores more hearts than the raw variety. You haven't even seen the raw variety, but we have a roasted drumstick now. But what I did in combat earlier, if you dodge correctly when you're being attacked, you can get a flurry rush going. Flurry rush is like a great way to get a bunch of damage off, because once you dodge, if you dodge right as they're about to hit you, you get the flurry rush and just mash the Y button, and you'll do a bunch of damage to the enemies. So that's the flurry rush. There are some other combat techniques we don't have quite yet because we don't have the ability to access them, but we can go over to this thing. This is a Guardian. Ancient gear. A gear using ancient machinery. Despite being incredibly old, its build quality is leaps and bounds above anything built using current technology. Let me get a drink real quick. Whenever we see Guardians lying around like this, we want to try to check them so we can get stuff from them, because these parts can be used for things as well, as you would anticipate with most other things. Oh, he saw me. I was trying to be sneaky about it. Okay. I'm going to throw this at him, and it broke, but it also knocked his weapon out of his hand and did extra damage because it was about to break, if I remember correctly. What we have here is a Boko Club, a crude bokoblin club made to clobber small prey. It's essentially a stick, so its durability is low. It's low, but it does a little more damage than the tree branch. We're going to switch to a tree branch because this guy's almost dead. But what's important to note is that he was going to run up and grab the weapon after it dropped out of his hands, but we got there first. And he was quite unhappy about that. So if you knock an enemy's weapon from their hands, you can pick it up before they can get it. So that leaves them weaponless unless there's more weapons lying around, which there can be. Another thing you can do that I was trying to do to that guy but didn't get it done right. If you're silent and stealthy enough, he's going to turn around. Nope, I didn't make it. If you're silent and stealthy enough, there's something you can do, but until we get to it, I'm not going to say it. If I jump right here, I should make it, but my weapon will break. Oh. I didn't quite make it, that's fine. So any attack that causes the weapon to break becomes a critical hit, dealing 2 times damage. So yeah, that's why throwing it does extra damage, because it causes it to break. That makes sense. Got another Boko Club, those are better. You'll see that has an up arrow. It also has an up arrow on the ground, and that up arrow tells you if it's stronger than your currently equipped weapon. Not stronger than like your strongest weapon in your inventory, just your currently equipped weapon. We also have a Bokoblin Fang here, a tooth obtained from a Bokoblin. It's worn down and not very sharp, but it's still pretty hard. Cook it alongside a critter to make an elixir. And just open up this chest over here. Hylian trousers, traditional dress trousers of Hyrule. The plush fabric makes these trousers quite comfortable, and their high durability makes them ideal for travelers. One thing I haven't gone over quite yet is once you get something new, you can go straight into the inventory with the plus button, which we're going to do so we can equip this and give ourselves 4 defense instead of the 2 defense we had. These are definitely better than the pants we were wearing. Alright, we've gone through a few combat things, as well as gotten ourselves our first real chest. We're supposed to be following the marker. We can also break these barrels though, because inside these barrels can sometimes be good stuff, as we saw earlier with the roasted drumstick, which almost fully heals us. Of course, some of these barrels just don't want to break. I thought this would happen with the other ones, but I guess we just have to be closer. Maybe I just have to be closer. Sometimes this one does not want to break. Sometimes you do get nothing out of them, but sometimes you get stuff. You can also break barrels and you can break barrels and boxes with weapons. There was a choo-choo in there. Okay. It's not exactly necessarily my recommended way of doing it because it does use up the durability, but it is an option. We have choo-choo jelly here, a gelatinous substance that came from a choo-choo. It's unusable in this state, but applying a bit of elemental stimulation will change its form. That is important for, well, honestly, we could actually do it now. If you take it to a campfire and put it down next to it, it will actually become fire choo-choo jelly. So, yes, you can use that in special ways as well. That is very useful in its own right. We have another guardian here, but this one has legs, so that's fun. We have an ancient screw. A screw used in ancient machinery. It's made of an unknown material, and no matter how many times it's turned, its threads never seem to show signs of wear. Huh. This is not what we're supposed to be, as we were supposed to follow the Sheikah Slate, but I am curious to check this place out since we're right here, just to see what we can find here. So we're going to check it out first, and then we'll head to where the Sheikah Slate is telling us to go. I do have, I believe I have motion controls on, so that's why some of the stuff might seem a little, first damage, a little janky because I have motion controls on and it's not causing me issues, but like, it's causing some things that some people probably turn them off, but I like having motion controls on. It's nice to have a little extra, with like, I specifically like it with, well, something we don't have actually. But the bow. We don't have a bow yet, but it's nice to have just a little extra. Like I like being able to aim the bow with the motion controls. It does also help you throw your weapon, and it kind of affects the scope, which is a bit more annoying than the other two options. Honestly, I like it with the other two things, but the scope doesn't necessarily need it. In here, we have some pots. Naturally, we can destroy these because Link's mortal foe is pots. Ooh, we got 5 arrows. A bundle of 5 common arrows. The shafts of these arrows were carved from the wood of a sturdy tree. We have arrows, but no bow to use them with, so unfortunately we can't use these arrows, but we do have them. They will actually show up just here in our bows and arrows section. It's kind of funny though because we can't even use them. What's in this chest here? Traveler's bow. So there you go. Speak of it and then it shows up. Nice. Just give me a quick second here. I need to check on some things and then get a quick drink, and then I'll read what the traveler's bow does. It takes us from 0 to 5 because we don't have a bow. Like, the design vaguely reminds me of like the bow Wind Waker Link uses. A small bow used by travelers for protection. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can be used to attack foes from a distance. You draw the bow and you can release it to fire with the same button. So you just draw it and then you release it. It'll tell you. So you see we have the vertical there, and the next to the vertical will tell you how many arrows we have. Once you've drawn your bow, so long as you have it out like this, and this too, you can actually hold down this and look at your arrows. There's nothing we can do about that right now, but there will be other arrow types, hence why it says bows and arrows. Also, so long as your bow is out, you can switch which bow you have equipped instead of which weapon you have equipped. I did not realize that Traveler's Bow was there. But it's been a while since I played, so honestly that makes sense. We can pray at this statue. The goddess statue smiles upon you, but it doesn't really do anything at the moment. I think now that we've explored this to the extent of what I wanted to explore it, we can now head down to where the Sheikah Slate was guiding us. Have an ancient gear. A gear used in ancient machinery. Did I read the gear? I think I read the gear. Yeah, I read the gear. The problem is they show up like that every time, so... Ancient spring, that I think is new. Yes, it is. Okay, I can read that. A spring used in ancient machinery. It is light and buoyant enough to float on water, and no matter how many times it's compressed, it never loses tension. It's always good to gather some ancient materials if you can. That'll be useful for things later in the future. Let me see here. Am I going the right way now? I think so. Whoop. I should have definitely probably taken damage there. But I didn't, so I'm not going to complain about it. You actually do have a pretty decent... Ooh, 5 miles. A pretty decent fall height, if I remember correctly. Before you take damage, so... We're down a little bit of health, but nothing that a toasty Highland Shroom won't fully heal. So let's just eat that up really quickly and continue onwards. Let's see. Not sure where the thing is taking us, but we'll keep heading in the direction of it. Looks like we found a ruined building. This one does not have a chest, so that's unfortunate. Don't see any enemy... well, there they are. Looks like they have some food. You can see that there's these things right here, what my radical's on. We can't actually do anything with that quite yet. So, those are bills that will explode. However, they don't explode to regular arrows, so don't waste your arrows on them. Instead, let's try to blow them up with a large enough impact. We have two red bokoblins down there, which is a bit dangerous. So let's... Wow, that is unfortunate. I'll try, but I'm pretty sure this won't work. You know what, no, we'll just shoot them. So if you get a headshot, that actually also does good damage. And yeah, I was right, that doesn't do anything. So, as you might notice now, I'm going into oh, I used up all my stamina. I went into a slowed down time period there. So what happens if you jump? Ow. If you jump and pull out your bow, you can slow down time and have a better shot chance. But it uses up stamina to do it. I used up all my stamina doing it, and then I ran a little bit when I hit the ground. So... I can get my arrow back, that's why I was fine using it on that. You can't get an arrow back if you hit an enemy with it, but you can get it back. I mean, I don't think you can, maybe you can, I'm wrong, but You can get it back if you hit a barrel with it. So that actually could have been really bad. Doing that could have blown up the entire thing. I forgot that throwing those can do that. See if I can't break this uh, on the rock. Yeah. So I must have just pushed the rock in the wrong direction because I'm pretty sure we can. Pretty sure we could actually blow those up and probably do some damage. We have something here. We have seared steak. Raw meat cooked over an open flame. Cooking it has increased the flavor and the number of hearts it provides. We have half a heart missing, so we can just eat a regular mushroom and get our health back. We do have another thing in the upper right corner that is rupees. That is our currency. That is the currency of the game, but that doesn't really matter at the moment, so I haven't brought it up. Sorry about that. Really needed a drink. Alright. Let me see. We've got this up here. So you have to have enough height when you do the jumps. Like you can't just backflip and pull out your bow and go into quick time. I mean, bullet time is kind of what it seems like, but I don't know what they call it. Maybe it's in the ability controls section. Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but you have to have enough. You have to have enough space to be falling. So like if we jump off here, yeah, and you can see that right there. It's using up stamina to do it. So you have to have enough ground that you can be falling, and you are still moving while it's happening. So just because time is slowed down, that does not mean that you are not moving. You are still actively falling when that is happening. So be ready so you don't just hit the ground with a splat. Make sure you don't jump from too high a position. Alright, we have this guy out here who is an archer. Try to take him out first because he'll warn everybody else if we don't. The butterfly down there too, interesting. I did not mean to fall down. But oh well. The archer bokoblins, despite also being red bokoblins, do seem to usually be weaker. So as you can see, I took that guy out with one arrow, even with a headshot in one arrow, while the other bokoblin I hit with an arrow in the head did not get knocked out. So I do think they're weaker. He does have a bow for us, which is nice. He has a Boko bow. It's weaker than our current one, but a basic bokoblin bow made of wood. It's made by taking any tree branch and just tying a string to either end, so we don't expect much in the way of combat effectiveness. Bows do break. That's the other reason why you can pick up multiple bows. They will break just like other weapons. Every weapon type breaks. So just keep that in mind. There are some bokoblins in here. Now, what we want to do here is be careful. We don't want to arouse too much suspicion. There is a chest in here, as you can see right there, but that chest is different than the ones we've usually seen. That chest has to be unlocked to be able to be opened. To unlock it, we have to kill all the enemies. These guys are standing next to a bunch of exploding barrels with fire above them. Ooh, we got first a new enemy. Blue bokoblin, which is a more powerful version of the bokoblin. I need to get to a position where I can more easily see the string, because I have to shoot this down. Once we do this though, it should take out the red bokoblins. the blue bokoblin survived because he is stronger than the others. But the other two died. So we're gonna have to take on the blue one ourselves. He had a shield, I think, but I think it got burned up, which is good and bad because it's good because it means he can't take advantage of it, but it's bad because it means we can't take advantage of it. We do not want to get hit by this guy because I have a feeling he'll hit a lot harder because he has a stronger weapon and he's a different color. The color does decide like the strength and health. So, oh man, we are not doing much damage, but I'll take this. Spiked Boko Club. Oh man, he's wielding a 12 weapon. Okay. Uh, that would have definitely hurt. That would have very much so hurt. Okay. A reinforced Bokoblin club made to maximize damage. The sharpened bones jabbed into it make it a brutal weapon. At least he doesn't have that anymore. Um, it would have burned up eventually, but I'm going to use it because we were not doing enough damage to this guy with our regular weapons. Ooh, nice. Did it without getting hit. I'm actually kind of surprised. Once we've defeated all the enemies, that chest unlocks and shows us that it unlocks. And Bokoblin Fang and Horn. So we do have a new weapon. We have a Spiked Bogo Bat. Which is probably the best thing for us to have equipped for combat, but I'm going to actually switch over to a club, just in case we run into another blue guy. The Spike Bat will be better for the blue enemies. Ooh, fire arrows. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. There are multiple arrow types, and now we have fire arrows. So, fire arrows, let's see, a bundle of 5 fire arrows. Fire arrows break apart on impact, igniting objects in the immediate area. Incredibly effective against cold sinks. I don't think you can get fire arrows back after you shoot them. I think those are gonna probably be stuck. Those are probably gonna be gone because they said it blows up, but I could be wrong. One thing, though, that is important to note is that you can switch, like it was saying, if you hold down the left button on the left Joy-Con, you can switch between your two arrow types. It'll show which arrow you have on by, like, you kind of tell by, I mean, one, reading, but also by looking at what it's doing. The fire arrows are going to be really useful because that is how we can ignite the barrels without the need of having to find some fire or something else. So, need to keep heading to where the Sheikah Slate is telling us to go. I just wanted to do that since it was on the way. We have another enemy up there, I think. Two enemies, okay. Just gonna walk around here. If you sneak up on a... Nope, they noticed. I almost had the sneak at this time. Might not be able to sneak yet, I don't know. These two are archers. Ow. It's gonna be a bit annoying. And that did more damage because I fell. Let's see, if I jump off here, aim, and right in the face. I haven't mentioned it yet, but we do have a set bow limit, which we're probably reaching. Yeah, we've reached it. Just like with weapons, there's a set limit on how many bows you can have. We did get a bunch of arrows, though, so I'll take that. Ooh, that guy over there has a shield. I could use that. That's the only thing we haven't picked up quite yet. Sniped him. I like doing the jump shots on enemies. It's fun. Ooh, he had a new weapon. Traveler Sword. A very common sword, often kept by travelers to fend off small beasts. It's fairly durable, but a bit unreliable against monsters. So it's a little weaker than the other one we had, the other sword we had earlier, but it It's weaker than the other sword we had, but it will last longer, is what I'm hearing. Okay. You just use these clubs. We have quite a few of them. Boko's Shield. Bokoblin made shield crafted by attaching a handhold to any flat tree bark picked up on the ground. It's pretty shoddy, so don't expect it to last very long. Gives us 3 defense. If we hold the VL button, the lock-on button, we will lift up our shield. Now we can defend ourselves from attacks. If we hit the A button while shielding, we will also try to deflect. This is another way to get a flurry of blows, I think? No, actually, I think that just stuns the enemy. That's right, it stuns the enemy. If you hit it right when they're about to hit you, it will stun the enemy. You can also use it to knock back, like, projectiles. The targeting is a little bit hard on that. With one-handed weapons, you can have the weapon out and the shield, but with two-handed, like the woodcutter's axe, we cannot have the shield out. So you have to play with that accordingly. We have finally made it to where we were supposed to be. Let me get a quick drink, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, let's find out what this was all about. Place the Sheikah Slate in the pedestal. Sheikah Tower activated. Please watch for falling rocks. Falling what? The Sheikah Towers. Again, these are actually very important. And if you watched the last week's stream, you actually got to kind of see one. It's another thing you actually did get to see. They are now being lifted up all over Hyrule. This is important for reasons we will learn very soon. One thing I haven't talked about is saving. The game auto-saves, but you can also do a hard save, which I might do once we're done here. Here we are at the Great Plateau Tower. Distilling local information. This has good music. I can't share it with you guys, but it's got good music. Okay, let's see here. So once the thing drips onto the Sheikah Slate, it unlocks the map section for this area. Every tower will unlock a map section. The regional map extracted. Now we have a map of the area. We can also check out, just to see what's around us now, and it's also on our mini-map. Remember. Try to remember. You have been asleep for the past 100 years. Man, sometimes I feel like I need a nap that long, but I never thought it would actually happen. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end. Link must have been real tired to sleep for 100 whole years. Well, that's not horrifying at all. Nope, not at all. Nope, never been less scared of something. Now then, you must hurry, Link. Or take your time because it's an open world game. Before it's too late. Yeah, you're not actually timed at all, but thanks for the warning, I guess. Follow the Sheikah slate. So now's a good time to show off a few things. Number one, we have a completed quest. Number two, I want to show off that you can save here. Um, you have multiple saves, so it's not just a one hard save. You have multiple hard saves you can do, but you can also load the quick save if that's what you're looking for. And then on our map, this is the Great Plateau. We can see a lot of things, and if you zoom in, sometimes more things will show up. We have the Hopper Pond, Forest of Spirits, Temple of Time, Great Plateau. It's the name of the place. Mount Hylia. Yeah, it's a River of the Dead. Sounds great. But what I want to show off here is that you see this? Yeah, this is the game. Yeah, this is the game. This game is not small. It really isn't. It's a pretty big game. And somehow, despite using a very similar map, Tears of the Kingdom found a way to make it even bigger, which I have to admit I am impressed with. I'm not going to spoil how I did that exactly, but I just want to say it did. So yeah, we can't live from jumping up here. I can just tell you right now, we have a high fall chance to live. Like we can live from that, but we cannot live from jumping off of this. So what we want to do is go down the tower the old-fashioned way. Once we get down here, that old man's shown up. Oh hey, he's got a paraglider. That could be nice. My, it would seem we have quite the enigma here. This tower and others just like it have erupted across the land, one after another. It is almost as though a long dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. If you do not mind me asking, did anything odd occur while you were atop that tower? I heard a voice. Well now, a voice you say. And did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice? I did not know. I see. Well, that is unfortunate. I assume you caught sight of the atrocity enshrouding the castle. That is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that vile entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, the very symbol of our kingdom, Hyrule Castle, has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. There it festers, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It appears that moment is fast approaching. I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to the castle? I do indeed. Maybe not right away, but eventually. I had a feeling you would say that. Here on this isolated plateau, we are surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs with no way down. If you were to jump off, well, no death could be more certain, or more foolish. Of course, if you had a paraglider like mine, that would be quite another story. Paraglider? Oh, piqued your interest, have I? Yes, I didn't come soaring down here on my own feathery wings, you know. Worry not, I will happily agree to give you my paraglider, but not for nothing. Let's see now. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? The Isolated Plateau main quest number 2. We can open our adventure log to check it out. Come, let me show you something. Now we have to slowly follow him. Feeling not that bad, honestly. Do you see that structure there? The one shining with a strange light. It began glowing at the exact moment those towers rose up from the ground. I would think such a place might have some sort of treasure, wouldn't you? Treasure for the paraglider, if exchange, I believe. Go on, fetch me any treasure you find inside that shrine. I'm looking forward to your successful return. So now we have a new mission, which we can check. And here at the adventure log, we have to find some treasure. There's a whole thing listed there, but we don't have to do that. There is actually something, so there's something new that we can do now that we have a shield. If you hold out the shield, you don't have to hold out the shield, but this is just the easiest way to explain it. If you hold out the shield, jump and hit the A button, which you don't have to be doing, but you can be, you'll shield surf. Shield surfing is a lot of fun. It's a fast way to go down hills, but it does destroy the shield. So I'm not going to do a lot of it right now because we only have one, but if we had more shields, I'd be more willing to do it. Just take out their watchmen. We have a few enemies, but they're all red, so I don't think we'll need to use the spiked weapon. There's nothing I can blow up nearby. The Boko Bow, but we can't carry anymore, so I'm just gonna go for the shot on this guy just to let them know I'm nearby. Alright. Now that guy's gonna toss a rock at me. How nice of him. Let's see if I can't, if you do miss the timing on the block, on the shield, you will take damage. So, you know, watch out for that. Oh, another shield. Nice. We can change shields just like you can change weapons or bows. And I want to try to take out, the other archer. Because I want to try to get the, shield thing down. I can't remember what it's called. And it will be a lot easier to do on someone other than an archer. I think you can do it on archers, it's just not going to be, it's just not as easy. I'm going to ignore the flurry rush because I want to try to get the shield off. Ow. It's just a flesh wound, it's fine. I've been hit harder. Actually, I don't know if I really have, but I could have been hit harder. If we eat a mushroom, and then also a baked apple, full health. Hey, stop moving my materials around. And of course, if you don't do it, your shield will just take damage. Ow, missed the timing. Got it, yeah. So it's a perfect guard, is what they call it. It stuns the enemies briefly. Oh, there's a chest here. I didn't even realize that. I just wanted to fight these guys. Can I grab the Boko Club too? Yeah, okay, I can. Let's see here. We have this and that. And this right here is actually not a campfire. As you may notice, there's a cooking pot on top of it. Traveler sword, nice. My inventory is full, less nice. We'll get rid of the broken, the about to break one. Traveler sword is better. Just in general. Okay, so we can sit down here, and you can pass time by the fire. So now that we've gotten further in, we have time. In the bottom right corner, it will show us that it is 2:10 p.m. at the moment, just went to 2:15, but it'll show us the time, and it'll also show us the weather. At the moment, it's just sunny. We can sit at a campfire, which is why making your own campfire is useful, or we can sit at these cooking pots to pass time to specific time periods if we need to be there. Cooking pots, however, have another use. If we take, say, an apple and a mushroom, and put them into the cooking pot, it cooks us a meal. Fruit and mushroom mix. This dish contracts the sweetness of fruit with the savoriness of mushrooms. Now, I'm not going to do a lot of cooking at this moment. You can also check recipes, as it says there, by going like this. I'm not going to do a lot of cooking right now, as we don't necessarily need a whole lot. But I do... Oh man, move my voice. We don't need a lot at this current moment, so I'm not going to do a bunch of cooking, but I'll probably cook a few things real quick. I want to see how much you get for this, if it's better or worse than roasting it. It won't be worse, but you know. Yeah, it's better, it just gives you a full hot. Nice. I want to save some of my materials for other cooking things, but also just in general because we don't have a lot of materials at the moment. Alright, so the bridge is out. We could probably just go straight across the water though. So I can just, if we can get up here, and wait it out a little bit. If you were paying attention, you might have realized I'm not as good at perfect guarding as I am at dodging. I was always better at doing the dodges than the guards. Unfortunately, the perfect guarding is actually like one of the best ways to deal with ranged attackers. Um, so yeah, Omen Owl Shrine. Sorry about that. I had to go on mute for a second. Travel gate registered to map. Access granted. We have now unlocked this. Oh, there's a chest right here. So this chest has EX on it. And that means it's a DLC chest. So it's because I bought the DLC. It has a ruby in it. Oh, nice. A precious red gem mined from large ore deposits found throughout Hyrule. Rubies contain the power of fire and are fetched to high prices ancient times. It's a selling item, but it's also fire in some way, apparently. What we want to do next is go inside of this shrine. That's what we were told to do next. Going into the shrine is given us a loading screen. I didn't go over because I was checking the stream itself, but the loading screens will give you hints and show off your stats. And yeah, let's see. So, to you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Omanao. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I present this trial. I guess I don't know. Magnesis trial. So what do we got over here? We have another one of those things from before, so we put our Sheikah Slate into this perfectly fitting spot. Sheikah Slate authenticated, distilling rune. Magnesis. There's also 5, 6 things here, it looks like. Magnesis. Manipulate metallic objects using magnetism. Grab onto a metallic object using the magnetic energy that pours forth from the Magnesis rune. Objects held in the magnetic snare can be lifted and moved freely. Rune extracted. Yep, the L button, that's what I thought it was. The L button is how you use your selected rune. You can also hold the up button to look through your runes. We only have Magnesis, though. Magnesis. Back in the day, this rune was quite useful. It's quite useful in the game. We can grab anything that shows up as red, so like these two objects. It also will show you anything that's metallic around. When you grab something, like I did with that, you can use the right stick to move it up and down. You can also use the motion controls, so you can pull it towards you, push it away from you. Oh, I pulled out my bow. That's not on purpose. Is my arrow under it, or did I lose that arrow? I think I might have lost it because I hit it. If you hit the stamina button, you will drop it. don't think it's actually stamina. I think it's just the X button. If you hit the X button, you'll drop it from those things. You also drop it if you hit the jump button. So yeah, it's probably just X. We can move these around. I don't know if you can. Can you? No, you can't. Change their directions. Okay. Let's take a quick drop down here. Now that we have the Magnesis Rune, we can do a few things. We can move this box. It does have to be in range, so like if it's in range, it'll turn yellow when you look at it, and you hit the A button to activate. If you are out of range, though, it won't turn yellow. But if you're in range, you can grab it and just kind of move it around however you please. You're gonna grab this, and then you can do this in a few different ways. I think I'm just going to use this as a way to get up here. Ah, a new enemy. A guardian. A small guardian, but a guardian. A guardian that is alive, unlike the dead ones outside. This is an example of why you want to get good at the perfect guard. Didn't do it. If you can perfect guard these laser blasts, I'm pretty sure it actually reflects them back. I'm only going to do it a few times, though, because I only have... Well, maybe one more try. Ow, took the hit. One more time, come on. You want to get good at these for various reasons. I did that way yonder too early. Yonder? I'm going to break my shield. I'm going to give it one more try, Okay, nope, that's it. I'm not good at the timing on this one for some reason. Let me grab... Mushroom Skewer is a full heart. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. If you can perfect guard it, it will reflect it right back. It only took pretty much all my shield. What we need to do here is give ourselves another bridge, because that is not a jump we can make, and we can easily do that with this piece of metal here. And then we can open these doors by pulling them, and well, looks like there's a guy in here. Let's see if we can talk to him. What you got for us, bud? We're gonna touch this. You have proven to possess the resolve of a true hero. I am Omanao, the creator of this trial. I am a humble monk, blessed with the sight of the goddess Hylia and dedicated to helping those who seek to defeat Ganon. With your arrival, my duty is now fulfilled. In the name of goddess Hylia, allow me to bestow this gift upon you. Please, accept this spirit orb. Spirit orb, huh? A symbol of courage given to those who have overcome the challenges of a shrine. May the goddess smile upon you. More of the loading screen, and back to the Great Plateau. It seems you managed to get your hands on a spirit orb. Well done. How did you know? Clairvoyance! Oh, perhaps just something similar. As one gets older, it can become more difficult to see what is right before one's own eyes. However, that which was once hidden from view can often be crystal clear. But perhaps that is not true for everyone. Oh, the appearance of those towers and the awakening of this shrine. It is all connected to that Sheikah slate you carry on your hip there. What do you mean? It has been quite some time since I have seen that Sheikah slate. Long ago, a highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these lands. The great power of their wisdom saved this kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago, or so it is said. It is interesting, however, to think how something like that survived all this time, hidden away in a shrine. These shrines are tucked away in numerous places all across the land. On this plateau alone, I believe there are still 3 more. Bring me the treasure from each of those shrines, and I will give you my paraglider. So I need more now? I said treasure, but I never said there would only be 1 treasure. Whether it's 1 or treasure or 4, what's the difference for a young go-getter like yourself? Since I'm feeling generous, I will also teach you a trick for finding shrines. It's always best to survey the area by looking around from a high point. Let's see here. How about you make your way to the top of the tower again? Got it. I admire your eagerness, but allow me to teach you something else before you go. Take a look at your map on your Sheikah slate. Yoop. See those blue icons? You should recognize the cave where you woke, the shrine you came from, and the tower. You could travel instantly to any of those places with a Sheikah slate. Hence why it was saying, I don't remember what it said, but something about an access, a spot being accessed. Travel point, I think. Oh, so I heard quite some time ago. I do not know if it actually works as such. Try traveling to the top of the tower. From there, you should be able to scout the location of another shrine. You sure know a lot. Oh, when you have been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two. Go on, why not try it out? So you can run all the way over there, climb that tower, and you actually get a fun bit of dialogue. But I'm teleporting, so... Oh, I have Hero's Path because there's another DLC thing. We can see what our path has been like. It tells you where you've been and you can kind of gather what you've done there. What we want to do is we want to hover over the Great Plateau Tower and hit A to travel there. Ah. Hey Wolf. Did not see you there. Haven't looked at my chat yet. How you doing? Good. Yeah, so am I. So it's a shame we missed last week, but this hopefully we'll be able to do it this week without any issues. You see. So once we get back up here, sorry. Let's see. Once we get back up here, we need to talk to the old man again, I think. I'm surprised it took you so long to catch up with an old man like me. How did you... Oh, leave an old man his secrets. Now then, I wanted you to join me up here so you could use this as a vantage point to search for shrines. Did you know about the scope on your Sheikah slate? Look through it, and you can stick a pin anywhere you'd like to mark on the map. So I didn't show pins, but I did show off the scope itself. The pins on your map serve as the reference points for your travels. Just stick a pin anywhere you're interested in. I got it. Go ahead and take a look if you feel inclined to do so. I don't know how he knows this, but he hasn't told me anything yet, so... yeah. Let me see here. So what you can do is if you see something you want to go to, you hit the A button to place a pin, and it will show up on the mini-map as well as if you look through the scope again. So we can see that one shrine out there. We were told there was a total of 3 shrines. So there's a second one over there. And then there needs to be one more shrine. I believe that's at the Abbey. You have a total of 5 pins, so you can only pin 5 different objects. No, I found them, thanks man. We can't get down easily besides running, so that's fun. Gonna just have to drop down again. And yeah. Thanks to this guy not giving us his paraglider yet. We need to find another shield because we're almost out of this one. We can climb down regularly, but it's actually just faster to drop down onto these spots. It's faster, and so long as you know it's safe, it's faster. And it is safe, so you can just drop down here. So I need to go to those 3 pins that I now have on my mini-map to get different shrines. You can also see them on the main map, and if you want to, you can change them to stamps. Stamps are good to like mark off areas that you want to check out or things that you want to go to because you can only have 5 pins. The problem is you can't see stamps. Stamps don't show up on the minimap unless they're right next to where you are. So like, unless they're on the minimap. But you see how the pins are showing up off screen. So they're very useful to do. So like for example, let's say this tower out here, right? Let's just try to grab that with a pin. So it's all the way out there. We can't reach that right now, but it would be nice to know that for the future. We can change this to, let's say, diamond to signify a tower. And now it doesn't show up on the scope anymore because it's not a pin, and it's not on the mini-map because it's also not a pin. But if we were to get closer, I'm pretty sure the stamp would show up. So, okay. We'll just go to the yellow one because it's closest. I think that's kind of the usual one you go to, is the one that's right next to the tower next. It'd be fun to do this in a different order, but it just makes sense. Oh, now we're getting into nighttime stuff. Okay, at night, stall foes will show up. Right now we just have a bokoblin stall foes to go up against. He is wielding a boko spear, a spear haphazardly carved from a large tree branch. It looks like its original intent was for skewing meat and cooking it, but it does have some combat merit as well. We can't pick it up, but it's there. The way to kill Stalfos is to hit their head. If you hit it with an arrow, that will kill them immediately, or you can hit them and destroy their body, and then grab, and then hit their head. Another weapon here, the bokoblin arm, a skeletal arm that keeps moving even after it's severed from its body. It's kind of gross to strap it to your back, but it'll do in a pinch. It's old and fragile, so it's quick to break. Problem with bokoblin arms is while they do have 5 strength, they break very quickly, even faster than the sword we had earlier, so we don't want to grab that. I want to grab the Boko spear just so that we have one weapon that's a spear, because I haven't shown off spears yet. So I'm going to drop this one because I used it and grabbed the spear. Spears are a little different than the other weapon types. They do as well cost 2 hands, so they are another one you can't use your shield with, but they have longer range and a fast hit time. Plus, if you do a charge attack, it's fun because you do like a bunch of hits. Let me get this up and like that, yeah. I'll keep the spear equipped for now. I like spears. One thing I haven't gone over quite yet, but I have actually done in combat a few times. If you run, if you're using up stamina and if you're running and then you attack, you do a special attack for the weapon type. So like with that, we reach out and hit. Do like a big swing with the axe, and 2-handed weapons you just do a small swing. Let's stop by this guardian real quick. Got an ancient spring from it. So I lost what it was called for a moment. Frog. Grab the frog, grab the frog. Oh, I forgot while we were at the cooking pot. I should have shown off making elixirs. Okay, I'll try to remember to do that next time. Let me see. have an idea. I want to test something really quickly, so give me a moment. Yes, okay, that will work very well. Okay, much better. Okay, that idea will work. Um, oh no. Oh no, oh no. This Guardian is not a dead one. This one is alive. We do not want to be hit by this thing. It will not be good for our bodies. We can still deflect its blow, so if you're wondering, can you strike this thing? You can. You can, in fact. If we hit it in the eye, it will lose focus and we can hide. However, that did not do any damage. And if you're thinking maybe we'll do more damage with our other weapons, I will just tell you right off the bat, killing this thing is a pain. You can do it, it's just going to take a while and eat up a lot of your weapons because you are not prepared to really fight this thing right now. The only way I could see you actually beating this thing easily... Yep, did not hit it. Is if you can get the shield block off, the perfect guard. Um, Before I forget though, actually, I haven't said this yet, but Wolf, I do want to say thank you for the follow. I did not notice it, but I did just now, so thank you for that. Um, let's hit this guy's eye again. Oh, he lost us. Okay, I'm not gonna fight this guy. You can get stuff for beating him. You do get some good stuff for beating him, but we are not in the position to do that, so we need different equipment for that. So now we have the Jabej shrine. Oh, this guy has a shield. Okay, I need that, bud. Can I have that? Give me your shield. I really like the length, the reach that the spears give you. Let's see, what all do we have here? We have a Boko Club, which is better than the spear, but I don't want that. I'm gonna keep the Woodcutter's Axe because it's the only heavy two-handed weapon we have. But let's open this shrine up, since we finally made it. I missed the name of this shrine, so I'll have to say it when we get inside. I was looking around at bokoblins at the time, though. Starphos bokoblins. Are they called Starphos? I could have sworn that's what they were called. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Jabej. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Wait, I did say the name of this. What am I talking about? Okay, bomb trial. My memory is as wonderful as always. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember what I did 2 seconds ago. Okay, let's grab this real quick. Chica Slate Authenticated Distilling Rune. This is our next rune. As the old man told us, shrines will appear throughout the entire game, but they will not all have runes in them. The rune thing is special to this section. This is the remote bomb rune. So, when I said we'd seen some of what the Sheikah Slate could do, if you watched my stream last week, this is what I meant. The remote bombs that you use as Link and Smash Ultimate are from this. Alright, change runes. You can quickly switch runes. Switchly quick runes. Okay. Alright, so now that we have bombs in this game are infinite. If you pull one out, if you don't want to use the bomb that you've pulled out, you can hit the, I believe it's the stamina button, and it'll put it away. But bombs are infinite in this game. They don't, they, because you can just keep making them from remote. Round bombs roll, and once you put them down, you can detonate them, or you can also throw them. And then you have square bombs which do not roll. So see, you can put them on. I'm pretty sure they don't roll. Well, okay, they roll, but like not like constantly. They're the ones you put down when you don't want them to roll as much. You can toss them with the L button, and you can blow them up. And you can actually have, so even though you can only have one bomb at a time, you can technically have two bombs at a time if you combine the round with the square. This is going to be the bomb trial, so we want to have our bombs ready. There's a chest over here. Let's open that up. Traveler's Claymore, a basic two-handed sword often wielded by aspiring adventurers. Its immense weight can knock enemies' shields right out of their hands. Nice. Okay, that could be useful. Alright, my inventory is full, however. Oh man, I do miss. It's something I miss from Tears of the Kingdom is quality of life improvement there. Let's just drop another Bogo Club. We don't need all of them. And yes, I know they're technically stronger than the axe, but the axe is a little different than the sword. The axe is actually really good for cutting down trees, as you would expect from a woodcutter's axe, and that's why I want to keep it. Because they kind of are different. Bombs not only blow stuff up though, they can be used to damage enemies. So they are an infinite way of damaging enemies, and if you want to fight the Guardian outside, they are not a bad way of doing it. They're not my preferred way. Oh, I blew myself up. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen sometime. But they're a good way of doing that if you wish to fight that Guardian. I don't. But if you wish to, you can. Let me grab my, what would be a good option here? I have this meal that'll fully heal me. Let's just eat that. Probably should cook some more if I can find another cooking pot. I need to show off elixirs still too, so wouldn't be a bad option. Alright, sorry, I was thinking. I got distracted thinking. Okay, gotta focus. Okay, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, something did not go the way I wanted it to. Okay, yeah, I like that. I can live with that. I like that. Messing around with stuff during stream is not necessarily the best plan, but it's what I'm doing anyway, so. Okay, pull out the bomb. This is important. So this is obviously a round thing. So if we pulled out a square remote bomb, it wouldn't be able to fit down here. Beyond the fact that we need it to roll anyway. Another thing I have not mentioned yet is that you cannot climb the walls in shrines. Granted, we only did one shrine, but it is important to still say this all the same. That you can't climb on shrines. So, see, it's impossible to do so. I assume that is done so that you can't just do whatever you want in shrines. They want you to, like, solve puzzles in unique ways, but they don't want you to, cheese every shrine, I guess. I did not mean to toss the bomb, but okay. I think this is to show that, things can be tossed by these things. Because that ball has nowhere that it goes. To my knowledge, there's nowhere to put that ball. We can, however, jump over here and get this other chest. So that's two chests in this place. Amber! A fossilized resin with a caramelesque sheen to it. It's been valued as a component in decorations and crafting since ancient times. Well, almost choked on my drink of water. That would not have been good. We need to climb up over here to get to the end of the shrine. These early shrines are pretty simple because they're introducing you to things. They get more complex as time goes on. Alright. I am not going to read this as we have already seen it. Um, it's just a different name for the person doing it, so I'm not going to read that at the moment. But yeah, it's going to be the same thing pretty much every time we complete a shrine, so I'm not going to always read it, and I might start skipping it. I don't know. Alright. Okay. So now that we have bombs, we can blow up the this rock over here. There's a butterfly, and I missed it. Ah, good. Another live guardian. There's a few live guardians around. Like I said, you can fight this thing with bombs. It does not do much damage, but it is doable. The easiest way to fight these things would be to try to figure out their timing. Didn't get it right, and it broke the shield in one hit. Not great. I'm gonna run away and let it go back to sleep. There's an EX chest up here that I did remember. Oh, hey buddy. Please don't kill me. The Nintendo Switch shard. I knew this was the one up here. Expansion Pass bonus. A shard with the Nintendo Switch logo on it. It's a rather rare find, so wear it with pride. I'm gonna go in here and equip that. It's only a 1, so it's not like any better than what we had equipped, but at least it's covering Link fully now, so. Besides, it's got a pattern on it. I'm not going to fight this thing. As I said previously, I am not going to fight these Guardians. We're going to head to... I guess we can head to Red next. I think Red is the next best one to head towards. There's another Guardian. There's another Guardian. They're not quite as bad when you don't have the music going. I'm not going to lie. The music keys are kind of... part of their scary charm. Okay. Here we got a hill we gotta climb up real quick. We can catch those butterflies, by the way. That's why I keep, like, kind of being upset that I haven't, because you can catch them. I'm pretty sure, anyway. So, yeah, I just keep missing them. I need another shield now. I broke it trying to block a Guardian. Probably not my best plan, but I did anyway. Oh, more butterflies. Are you kidding me? No, you're just being ridiculous. Oh, I know what to do here. This one's fun. So there's a beehive over there. If we shoot it down, the bees will come out and attack them because they only see the bokoblins, not us. No, don't bring the bees to me. Ah! Alright, our spear's about to break. Oh, they have a nice, they have a shield for us. Thanks, man. The bees still want you though, bud. so you might want to look out for that one. Let's see. You have a shield. Let's. Traveler's Claim is a bit of a waste on a red goblin. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, and I was able to grab that. So now you now you don't have anything. What's gonna do? You gonna throw a rock at me? Just gonna let the bees kill you. You don't want me, right? Because I didn't do anything. I am totally innocent of not being totally innocent. Okay. Corso bee honey. Honey straight from the hive is chock full of nutrients. Cooking this into a meal unlocks the potential of these nutrients and provides a stamina recovery effect. Ooh, stamina recovery, that's not bad. And 2 hearts if you just eat it plain. So, very good, very good. Alright, back to exploring. Unfortunately, I used up all of my spear. I'll have to try to find another one. I really like the spears. I like their stabbingness. I don't know, they're fun to use. One-handed are arguably the best, but since you can keep your shield out, but hey. Ooh, another shield. This is a pot lid. The lid of a large soup pot. It smells vaguely of poultry broth. Yum! It can take quite a beating before breaking. So maybe it's stronger than, like, it'll take more hits, but it'll, yeah, but it's got less defense, I guess. I don't know. We have another woodcutter's axe here. I'm just going to break these pots with my weapon. We have a spicy pepper. This pepper is exploding with spice. Cook with it to create dishes that will raise your body temperature and help you withstand the cold. It's also a roasted apple and the stamella mushroom. Stamella shroom, not mushroom. A green mushroom that grows near trees in the forest. It's chock full of natural energy. Cook it to release the stamina restoration properties. It also is a stamina restore. And we have a book that we can read here. The Old Man's Diary. On this desolate plateau, the only pleasure that brings me comfort is cooking. And today I outdid myself. Truly, I created the perfect dish. I call it spicy meat and seafood fry. This recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm, even when traveling in the snowy mountains. With this dish on my side, I no longer have need of that itchy warm doublet. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems I forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and spicy pepper, however, I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Sadly, on this lonely plateau, I have only my own knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublet. However, it seems unlikely that such a miraculous wish will ever be fulfilled. I'm pretty sure it's a fish. He says it's a seafood fry, dude. I'm pretty sure it's a fish. We don't have any raw meat, so we can't actually do that as of this moment. We can't help the guy out, unfortunately. We could try to make, like, a mushroom meat dish, though. Get a stamina restoration dish. Ooh, hold up, actually. Put this away. Let's grab another mushroom really quickly, and then we can put, like, 2 mushrooms in. And the stamina mushroom. Should probably heal a good amount of health, and I think it will recover a little tiny bit of stamina. Oh, that's a full heal. Okay. It will instantly fill stamina meal. It doesn't give it a lot, but it will give it enough that we will not die. Okay. That's a new meal. I'd say we should. I want to keep the honey, and we need to keep one of the spicy peppers. But we could try a meal with one of them. Let's do one of them and one apple. Alright, 3 minutes, 1 cooldown, and 2 hearts. Nice. Now, that is very useful if we go to a cold place, because that gives us resistance for a few minutes. What's important to note is that The items that when you cook give you benefits. So the stamella mushrooms, the coastal bee honey, and the spicy pepper. The more you put in, the more benefit you get. So the more stamella mushrooms we put into something, the more stamina we'll recover. That's why we recover more health when we put in more health-based foods as well. The thing to note though is that abilities cancel each other out. So if we did stamella and spicy pepper, we would actually just get a healing item. You do not want to do that. They do not mix very well. If you are trying to get, oh man, I could have gotten that. If you're trying to get, if you're trying to get one of the abilities, you don't want to mix them. If you're just trying for health though, it's kind of fine to mix them up. Alright. There's one more apple up there. I was hoping hitting it would... I can knock it out with an arrow, but that's kind of a waste. What you got for us? Oh, fancy that. So we meet again. What are you doing? I thought this tree here might make for some good firewood. However, getting a tree to fall exactly where you want where you want it to is quite an art. The trick is to turn your hips so that they face where you want the tree to land. So, I see you found my axe. Why not help me out and give it a few swings? I'm working up quite a sweat here, but these bones could use a break. I'm counting on you. Timber and all that. Okay, we got some extra wood here. This is actually just teaching you, you can make, oh, let's click it. You can make a bridge to get over to that section, which does lead us to the, well, not to, but towards the marker we have placed. It's also how you can get tree branches, is by breaking trees. Because, you know, you're definitely desperate for that. Not that. I didn't need to sort that inventory. There was nothing in it. I'm gonna grab that. If you hit a scroll, because we've seen a few scrolls on the ground, if you hit a scroll, you will get, you will actually get nuts from them. Now, something that is important to note, and I hit the tree accidentally, but something that is very important to note is that the birds before that I missed shooting, you can shoot them to get meat, but it's not the meat that the old man is looking for. That meat is regular meat for his dish. So, keep that in mind. This is almost broken, so we can drop it. Grab this. Okay. So, we are close. It's above us. It's got to be above us. Blow up this in a chest. Nice. Fire arrows. Okay, haven't had to use them quite yet, but they could come in handy if we find more explodey barrels that we need to shoot. So I'll take it. I want to try to kind of head over this way, see if I can make this. I don't know if I'll be able to. Okay, we're running low on stamina. I don't know if I'll make it. I might, though. I might be able to make it. Oh, that is a fall. Okay, we're gonna try to just run a little bit here. No, 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 grab, 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 grab! Ugh. If he had grabbed, we would have been good, I think. I might be able to make it just by climbing up here, though. I don't know if I don't think I have a one hot dish. We'll just have 2 apples, because we have a lot of apples now. If we just climb up from here, though, should be fine doing that. Because we just need to reach this right here. In fact, I can show off once we get to the red. The red jump. See, it's a bit of, you didn't actually even get to see it, but it's a leap, basically. It's nice. We have a new type of mushroom up there. So let's see if we can't grab that. No. This is the mushroom, a mushroom that can grow almost anywhere but prefers ceilings and sheer cliffs. Cook it before eating to temporarily increase your movement speed. It's a speed up, basically, uh, which is different from a stamina boost because it makes you move faster, which does actually make you climb faster. So that can be pretty useful, depending on the circumstances you find yourself in. Grab this real quick. Another mushroom. I think if we can get ourselves climbed all the way up here, then we can reach the shrine. But I could be wrong. I don't know if I can make it though, because that's a pretty long distance, and I'm already to half stamina. I might be able to stand here though. Yeah, we can stand here. Okay. Seems like it's kind of set up for you to climb up this way, because we can climb up to that section next. Just go for a jump. The higher our altitude, the colder it's getting, which makes sense. Hey, I was able to climb up to it. Nice. Okay, let's... Oh, a Dame Shrine. Let's just unlock this shrine really quickly. This is our sword shrine? So there's only one left after this. But I have to do a quick BRB, so I'm going to do that, and then we can continue into this shrine and see where we go next. Okay, so I'm going to be right back, guys. Hello, buddy. I'm back. Sorry it took longer than usual. I had to get a snack. Um, I've been trying to do better with my eating habits, so I had to get something to eat. Small little snacks. So, and I don't like. I didn't want to have the crunching and stuff be over my mic. So, yeah, it saved me a little extra long. But okay, let's enter this place and see what we got. Oh, that was a fast loading screen. Alright, what you got for us? Wait, is this? To you who sets foot in the shrine, I am Owadame. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Okay. It is stasis! Okay, I see that, that first line is not going to change either, so I might stop reading it, but it's also kind of just... it's kind of just like, I don't know, it's just something that I do. It's in... I'm not sure why, I just feel the need to do it, but whatever. Sheikah Slate authenticated. Distilling rune. Now we have stasis. Stop the flow of time for an object. Stop an object in time while storing its kinetic energy. The stored energy will act upon the object when the flow of time resumes. Making good use of the stored energy can move even the largest of objects. Rune extracted. Stasis was always one of my favorites. It's probably not one of the most useful ones. Um, Outside of like certain quests, but it is good for breaking the game from what I've remember reading. So I never read the bomb thing. So the force of the blast can be used to damage monsters or destroy objects. There are both round and cube bombs, so use whichever best fits the situation. Bombs that can be detonated remotely. So things that can be put into stasis. A lot of things can be, and you'll know it by it turns yellow. You can then put it into stasis, and if you do so, it'll stop. That's how you can move around things. You can cancel its stasis by locking on, by looking back at what you stasised, and then hitting the button, and it'll turn it off. The problem with the thing with stasis is it does have a time limit. So one, the stopping has a time limit, and then two, the thing has to recharge. So you have to be careful about that. But if you keep an eye on that, that's fine. So you can stop. So like we could stop it there, and then we could move on. This is where we could move on from. The stasis almost rolled out there. I just wanted to turn it off myself. Oh, we could try to make this. I think we can make it. Yeah, we made it. This is where we get our chest for this shrine. Well, most shrines have, I think, at least one chest. Some have multiples. So we have a traveler's shield, a sturdy shield loved by many an adventurer. It is made of animal hide and sturdy wood, and it is best suited to defending against weak monsters or animals. Nice. We're getting a steady setup of shields. That was not a good shield so I was hoping it would go better. A hammer! Okay, hammers are super good. They're good for stasis. They're also just good in general, though. We want to grab that hammer. I won't need the torch so long as I keep a wooden weapon. It's always good to have something that can catch on fire in your inventory, because you never know when you'll need it. Iron sledgehammer. This large iron sledgehammer was originally used for mining, but it works reasonably well as a weapon too. So it's a 12 attack power, so it's a pretty powerful weapon. It is a two-handed. It has many uses, as it mentioned mining, so that could come in handy eventually. One of its uses, however, is with stasis. So far I've just used it to stop time, but stasis does something else. You can stop time, and then you can pull out a weapon, and you can hit, and you see that arrow changes as I hit because it's getting more and more energy. Once it's broken, it goes flying. Sometimes it'll ask you. Sometimes you'll need to hit it more. Sometimes less. Really depends on what you end up trying to hit. We got our third Spirit Orb. We have one more Spirit Orb to grab. Um, we know where it is, at least. Yes, well, may the goddess smile upon you as well. Alright, weapon durability, yeah, it varies. We know this. We can hit A for the next hit. Like I said, the upper right shows like stats, so it shows Koroks, shrines, and does it also show spirit or just shrines? I don't know. These guys just spawned in to die because it just became morning. I don't think that's how they're supposed to work, but I'm not going to complain about it. So we can stasis this. I don't think we can do anything else to this because this isn't a metal rock. So we can stasis this. You can use bombs on a stasis object if you don't want to use a weapon. It's not necessarily the best option, as like they're harder to aim, and you can only use 2 at a time. But it is something you can attempt to do. Stasis has a pretty long reload time, which is a bit frustrating because it's fun to use. But we're gonna do this. We'll grab this. We'll just knock this rock right out of the Great Plateau. Look out below. I should have. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, so I should have looked in the water when I got Magnesis. I completely forgot. There is a chest in the water by the Magnesis Shrine. You know what? Actually, though, might not be my best move, but I can at least walk back. So I might have made a fool of myself on that one, but I can at least walk back to that and find it that way. What's up with my bows? Why can't I sort them the way I'd want them to be sorted? Oh well. The traveling bows lasted a long time, so I'm not going to complain. Let's do that, actually. I can just walk back to this shrine really quickly, and then I can walk back to where we are, etc., etc. So, let's just do that. Alright. So, if we look in the water here with Magnesis, there's a chest. Every place so far seems... there's 2 chests, actually. Every place seems to have a chest that you can use the rune you got right outside the shrine. I realized that after the fact, because there was a stasis one and there was a bomb one. I think there was a bomb one. Maybe there wasn't a bomb one. Maybe I missed the bomb one? I think I got the bomb one. I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. We're going to count the EX chest as the bomb one, even though it isn't. And an opal, a valuable orb that gives off a mesmerizing tridescent... No, not tri... Iridescent, again, small screen, sorry. Similar to the inside of a seashell. It contains the power of water. So now I have water and fire. Nice. I guess I could go back over there and find out. See if there's something I can blow up, something that I did blow up. Right. Well, fast travel, very useful in open world games. I know I blew up that. I feel like there should be... I feel like this should be something. I feel like I got it, but... maybe I didn't. Let's see. Equip ourselves some bombs, because they're going to be helpful. Watch out for the Guardian that's alive right there. feels like it's gotta be in here somewhere. Oh no, 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 woke up, woke up. Well, it's nice I can't hear the stuff. It's also bad because then I don't know if they're aiming at me. So I was like, they don't freak me out as much when they wake up, but I also don't know when they wake up. Yeah, if you're not as good. Sorry, I had to sneeze, so I tried to mute it. I don't know if I did or didn't, but I tried to. But if you're like me and you're not super good at blocking the Guardian's beams, this is probably a good time to get some practice in. I just don't want to lose more shields, honestly. And get myself a tissue after that. Jeez. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything. I probably am missing it though. Cause there's been a chest in every location, and I doubt the EX chest counts. Oh, that one's alive. You know, this is a bit awkward. I can't find it. We're moving on. I need to go grab a tissue, so I'm gonna be right back while it loads up, guys. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Still want to breathe after that. Alright, we're back up here now. The VOD has come back somehow, which is impressive in of itself. I wonder how high we can get. We definitely don't want to get too high because we only have one food to keep us from freezing to death. Uh, so we definitely want to be careful about getting high up, but I am curious how high we can make it with our current stamina level. This is kind of low. Oh, nice. Made it up here. Oh, it's cold, it's cold. When you're in a cold or hot area, Link has a special animation, which you can see here. And you will take a... Oh, was that a half a heart of damage? I'm gonna take another half heart. Yep, it's a half heart damage. Oh boy. I thought it was a quarter for some reason, but it's a half. So don't be like me. Let me eat this steak. If I'm lucky, we can make it. How am I still cold? I guess this region in general is just cold. Because I'm not as high up anymore. I thought I would be out of the freezing section. But nope, he is still freezing. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have 2 apples, and we're just gonna warp out of here because it's too cold for us at the moment. We need that warm doublet. To get that, we're going to need to go... I'm thinking we're going to need to find ourselves some wild animals, which I think are most likely going to be in the forest, because that makes sense to me. Okay, so yeah, it's how many orbs you have, it's shrines, and it's Korok seeds. Okay, nice. So yeah, you can always go back to the Shrine of Resurrection. It is also a warp point, and every shrine and every tower are warp points. So pretty useful all the way around. Okay, I came up here because I think this might be one of the fastest ways to get to the forest. Actually, one of the fastest fast travel points. Going up is harder than going down. You can just kind of slide your way down. You don't necessarily need stamina for it, so long as you can hold onto the wall. Going up, you need the stamina. So, you know, good luck with that. Alright, that's a second amber. Great. My body is against me. Jeez. Okay. Do some shield stuff now that we have multiple shields. Oh, not the hiccups. Oh, give me a minute, guys. No. I almost had that butterfly too. Okay. Great. Okay, I think I got it. Sorry about that. Another important thing to note that I actually don't think I've talked about yet, bows and shields can also be wooden or metal. That is actually very important, as it might not seem important at first, but it is. As we saw earlier, a wooden bow can burn up, so it is very important to know what your weapons and shields are made out of. Hyrule Orb. This healthy herb grows abundantly in the plains of Hyrule. Cook it before eating it to increase the number of hearts it restores. So it's basically an HP restore, which is not bad. Not bad at all, I'd say. That guy doesn't know if he sees me. He thinks he sees me. He definitely sees me. We could. I tried to get away. You can get away. I did not. Tried to break line of sight, but it didn't work. Can't see the trajectory because of the tree branch in my face. And I really like spears. Spears are fun. They're fast. They're strong. Well, that one's not strong, but they're fast and fun to use. How about that? That's my reasoning. I just like spears. I don't know why. Alright, let's see. I was gonna say, there's another enemy, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I forgot you could do that. So if you, so if you don't want to charge up like this, you can just spin the left control stick in a circle and you'll do it. Kind of like, I think that's another way you could spin attack in the original, in one of the other Zelda games, actually. No, do I want his shield? It breaks easier than the other ones. I'm gonna keep the one I have. Let's just take this guy out. We don't need this because we got this one and it's new. So we're gonna just take that instead. And then we have this guy over here, who thinks he's going to scare me with his bow, but isn't. And now we can get that chest. I didn't even know there was a chest. I just was here to take these guys out. Got some extra arrows back. A frog. Let's grab that frog real quick. And see its steak. Nice. Let's see what our chest is. Opal. Valuable. We already went over opal, but that's just like an opal, so that's not terrible. Oh my goodness, I passed up another cooking pan where I cooked stuff and didn't do an elixir. Wow, I am not doing good at this. Oh, I forgot about that. You do have jump attacks too, so like, I think every weapon kind of has its own jump attack. Every weapon type has its own jump attack. Okay, forgot about that. So one thing we can do now, bombs are the, quote, easiest, unquote, way to, kill yourself. Uh, okay, well, they actually are one of the easiest ways to do that, but they're one of the easiest ways to blow things up, you know, if they actually feel like working, and it's one of the easiest ways to open up these. The problem is the stuff inside of them goes flying too, so you have to search for it. I find it easier to take a big weapon and smash them open. That way, it does take up the durability, but you can get the stuff without it flying. Okay, often found on the ground near trees, squirrels adore this nut, so you may have competition while foraging. Add one to a meal for nutty seasoning. It's used for some recipes, but I don't think the acorn really does much of anything else. It gives you a coat of a heart back though if you eat it, and yeah, it can be dropped by squirrels if you hit them. Now, a way you can deal with some of the boxes, if you don't want to use your weapon up, is actually use magnesis if it's a metallic box. So just a couple of tips and tricks in case that's what you're looking for. Ooh, is that? Yeah, it is. Blue nightshade. A plant that grows in quieter areas of Hyrule. At night, it gives off a soft glow. Cook with it to increase your stealth. That way, maybe I can actually sneak up on some of these bokoblins that keep finding me. Okay. So, rusty broadsword out here? Just lying on the ground? That seems kind of weird. But I'll grab it. Better than this. It has a low durability, but so does Boko Club. So, what you can do? Get some Hylian shrooms. That's what I'm gonna do. Ah, hi buddy. I was wondering where you were. This is our first boss, I guess. A stone talus. These things are relatively annoying depending on how strong your weapons are, but thankfully the hammer actually makes them pretty easy to take out. Ow. If we shoot the stone talus's so the stone talus doesn't take damage regularly. Its body doesn't take damage, only the at the top takes damage. So what we want to do is we want to hit that. Oh, wow. Okay. That was not my expectation. Guess that's my first death. Well, wouldn't have been the first stream without a death, huh? Okay, well. Where's that put me? Do I have some of my stuff at least? Do I have the, let's see, do I have, what about the rusty sword? Do I have the rusty sword? No, I have two Pogo Club. I think that's where we are though, it's right where the, Rusty sword it was, right? I think. Yeah. Although maybe it was on the ground because of something else. It must have been. Nope, it's there. Huh. I'm not sure why it's there, but okay. I'm gonna try to fight this thing. I think I can beat it. It's just it does do a lot of damage, and we have no defense. So I'm gonna save after I pick up the rusty broadsword, so I don't have to worry about that. But you only damage a talus by hitting it on the top of it. As well as that, you only can you can knock it down. You can stun it if you hit it thing if you hit the and that's how you can get back on top of it. You don't want to be under it when it falls over. I'm pretty sure that does still hurt you. This is how you're supposed to get up here. I got lucky last time. One of the best things to do, in my opinion, is to just spin attack this thing with a sledgehammer is usually a good option. The stone taluses do a lot of damage, but and can be a bit tanky. But if you have the right equipment, they're not too bad. And they drop a lot of ore because they are stones. So usually it's worth taking them on if you feel up to it. And my favorite thing is to get up to them and just use a big weapon, swinging wildly on them. Um, I was way off on that. I don't need the bird, but I'd like to take it out. I'd like to get some of its meat anyway, because I don't have any. Being able to cook some of my own meat would be nice. Get some more honey here. Oh, they ain't happy. They know it was me. 2 hits and they ran off though, so that's nice. I'm gonna grab that honey anyway then. Okay, what else do we got? Oh, the X on the screen tells you where I died, you know, in case you were curious. Still haven't seen any animals other than birds, which is the meat type we're actually looking for. Oop. What's going on over there? Oh, I think they're hunting. Come on, buddy. You want some of this? I think there's a bow over there. He thought he wanted some of this, but he didn't. Yeah, that's definitely a bow. I jumped for it. Oh, sorry, I'm being quiet. Ha! Sorry, I got really into the game right there. I was really into it, trying to get that bow. But it got away from all of us. Traveler's bow broke, but we have a second one. We're just going up against bokoblins though, so maybe we use a boko bow so we don't use up our big bow. That. Like I was shooting a lot of arrows around, so we can just pick them up and have them for later. Now let's try to sneak up on this guy, because I think I can do it. I can see the shrine in the distance. It's not nice glowing blue color. Crawls silently up to him, and finally, Sneak Strike! Sneak Strike is when you sneak up to an enemy, they don't notice you, and then you attack them with a Sneak Strike. It does a lot of damage. Very good to do if you can. I'm gonna grab this Boko Club because it's better than the one I'm wielding. Let's grab some horns and some arrows, because you never know when you'll need that. I need to find that bow that ran away now, honestly, because Well, maybe not that one specifically, but a ball, because I need some meat to get that warm doublet. Opal! Okay. Wait, there's a ball. Okay, let's see if we can't take this thing out. How did it... I'm just as good at this as the bokoblins, apparently. Silent shroom, a strange mushroom that glows softly in the forest at night. Cooking it into a dish unlocks the nutrients in its cap, resulting in a meal that will allow you to move stealthily. Potlet is badly damaged. Oh boy. Wait, no, lizard! Hightail lizards. Would have been good if I could have grabbed one. Spoilers to what it's called, I guess, but I don't think that really matters. Oh, down here was a cork. Okay. That's one of the reasons why you want to pick up, rocks and stuff. You never know where the corks are hiding. Haha, you found me! Bye-bye! Alright, we're out of the forest now, and I get the feeling they're mostly, if I remember correctly, they're mostly in the forest. I don't think we can get this right now. No, we're going to drown the minute we touch it. Okay. That took out a whole heart, didn't it? Okay, that's not exactly my favorite thing in the world. We can always see how many spirit orbs we have just by looking in here, too. I don't have a thing for a whole heart. Well, I mean, this is a whole heart, but it would be better to save it. So we'll just eat up some apples. Okay. So back to the woods we go to see if we can't find something to kill for food. Got a tree branch here, but that's not as good as what we have elsewise. Hitting the head is a good plan too on animals as well because it does do more damage. There we go, raw meat. Meat obtained from animals in plains and forests. You can eat it raw, but cooking it will make it more delicious and nutritious. The main reason to come here is to get the meat. However, you can also fight the stone talus if you are interested in doing that. It gives you a bunch of I wanted to kind of show off the stone talus, I just didn't know where it was, so I'm glad I ran into it accidentally. Let's see if we can't take these guys out by the road here. This is a nice touch. It shows that the enemies do sleep. This is why, like, the undead enemies show up, at night. Because the regular enemies, not all of them, but, like, bokoblins, sleep at night, so... It's a nice way of showing stuff off. Now, we need to get back over to... map. We need to get back over to, this area, because this is where the cooking pot and the man has the doublet. So, so we warp here. It's closer, and then we can just run over there. Korok seeds are important. I know I said that already, but I want to reiterate they are important, so collect as many as you can. I don't recommend 100%ing them, but if you feel like doing that, then that is it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do when it comes to this video game. It's you play it your way. I'm just not going to do it here for the viewers. It's for you guys and for my sanity. Got an arrow because I got stuck in my pot lid. Yeah, so night can be a bit dangerous at the current moment because enemies will keep spawning, but like that's not going to stop. I mean, like it could be dangerous right now because we don't have a lot of defenses, but yeah. I think we can live through it. We just have to make it over to the man's house. I think he's sleeping right now, so we may have to wait, but we can at least do the cooking, and I can show off elixirs because I remember for once. Okay, we need to do elixir first because I will forget. I think I'm heading in the right direction. Pretty sure I am. I do have a map, and maps are useful. Have I missed it? No, it's in this area. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, it's up ahead. I was like, no, I haven't. I don't think. Ooh, stamella mushroom. Nice. Those are good mushrooms. Alright, he is asleep right now. That's fine. Actually, you know what? While we're in the neighborhood, let me drop this and grab this. We can wake him up. Sometimes waking them up doesn't actually uh, help you any, but you can wake them up. But I'm going to take this opportunity to do some cooking and to show off waiting and spending time by a fire, so I think it'll be fine. Let me first show off, though, the way to do this. So what you do is you take what you have. So we have hot food frog. Let's take two. And then we take it with... fix things up. And let's take a bokoblin hunter. Just like with the food, the more you put in of the ingredient that has the ability, the better the ability or length of the ability it will be. I don't know what the monster pot does exactly. I just know that it helps make the elixir. Haste the elixir 310. Grants a low-level haste effect, which boosts your movement speed while running, swimming, or climbing. It's not really my I actually like the ability, but the elixirs are my favorite because they don't heal usually, but they're not bad. I don't make them as much as I make the meals, though. Speaking of which, we need a hearty bath, a spicy pepper, and some raw meat. If we put all of these together, we get spicy meat and seafood fry and a bunch of health. 3 minutes and 30 seconds for a low-level cold resist. Which is kind of funny because, like, it's only 30 seconds more than my spicy summer food. It is a lot more health, though. So we could wake him up, but I'm going to show off waiting. Let's wait until the morning. See if we can't catch him when he wakes up. He might get up before us, though, so this may not be the best plan. Oh, he's sitting by the fire now. How's your shrine exploration going? What are you doing? This body of mine isn't what it used to be. Recovering from a bout of hard work takes a while. If you're hungry, I have an empty pot you can use to cook yourself a meal. I cooked something. You can also ask him for tips. Wait, is that? That looks just like my signature perfect dish. Spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you... Well, I suppose that's not important. Can I trouble you to share the recipe? Of course, I will bath. How could I have forgotten? Well done. Now, please allow me to reward your culinary efforts with this warm doublet. Now we have cold resist. A warm doublet, it only has one defense, just like everything else we have for the shirt. A warm pullover, typically worn by mountain folk. Its sturdy fabric and thick gloves are great at retaining body heat. With that, you'll be able to resist the bite of colder environments. As for me, I know a great spicy meat and seafood fry recipe, so I could do without that warm doublet. Yeah, just for a certain amount of time though, bud. This does give it to you permanently so long as you're wearing it. So it's a slight bit better, I feel, but, you know, that's, whatever. You do what you feel is right. I'm going to actually keep the Switch shirt on. I think I like the look of it better. But we can switch over, to the, warm doublet when we get cold. There's a chest over here we could try to grab. Didn't get him before he called for his friends, but that's fine. pellet is badly damaged. Let me switch it out for this. Grab my pot lid. Not a good move, man. That thing is not long for this world. Hiya! Nope, I missed him. I had a feeling I was aiming too low for that. Whatever. I mean, thanks for the arrows you shot into this wooden box, man. Oh, that is something that's interesting. If you hold it down after you swing, so like you do your first swing and then hold it down, he'll actually charge up his spin attack with the in the other direction. Boop. It is important to note that food does not stack. So items do, as you've noticed, but food does not. So like meals, maybe food's not exactly the right way of putting it, but meals don't stack. So okay, this is not a good example. Uh, Cooked food does, but meals that you make in the cooking pots do not stack. So I don't know if Breath of the Wild has a set limit. They probably do. It probably does. Tears of the Kingdom does, so I don't see why Breath of the Wild wouldn't. So I just want to get that out there just in case it does. A throwing spear. A specialized spear weighted to excel at a throwing weapon. It's perfectly balanced to be thrown farther than your average spear, able to pierce targets from a great distance. I like the sound of that. Let's grab that real quick. What do I not need? Hmm. I guess I don't need the woodcutter's axe. It's just really useful for cutting down trees, but when am I going to need to cut down a tree? He says as he's probably thrown into a position where he needs to cut down a tree. Grab that. No, we'll keep the bubble club for now. Yeah, okay. What's next? We have one more. One more shrine. If you're wondering why I went out of my way to get the warm doublet, you don't need it. If you know spicy food, you don't need it. But since this is up here in the cold region, it will definitely assist you in having it. We can go to the cold area from many different directions, as we already know, but there is a kind of semi-specific way they want you to go. I mean, it's not like you have to go this way, but there's an easier way. How about that? Slightly easier than, well, I don't know if easier is the right word. Maybe quicker, because climbing can take a bit since you have to climb carefully. But either way, there's another way. How about that? I'll just put it like that. There's another way we can go, and I think I should do that because I can show it off. Wait, grab it, grab it, grab it. Summer wing butterfly. A butterfly found in the woods and plains of warm regions. Its wings absorb the warmth of the sun. Cook it with monster pots to create an elixir that makes you feel warm and fuzzy. I think that means that it's a cold resist elixir. But I could be wrong. I didn't make many elixirs. I only made a few of them. I mostly focused on meals when I played. So there's that. Yeah. See, this is we cold, but not now. This is basically the main entrance to the cold area. If you step through that gate, you will be shivering. They also put right outside of it these spicy peppers for you to grab so you can cook them into a meal, which conveniently they give you a spot to do that right over there. But we'll deal with that next time. I think I'm going to end it off here. I wanted to finish up the Great Plateau, to be honest with you guys. I was really hoping I could finish that up before we ended, but I'm thinking I need to end. I'm kind of in a bit of pain right now, so I think it's probably for the best if I just end it here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next stream. I don't know if it'll be more of this or not, of Smash or Super Metroid, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Thank you guys so much for being here. The only other thing I want to say before I end off is that school does get started up again next week. I'm going back to classes, so I can't make promises I will be streaming every week anymore, like I've been trying to for a break. However, I do still want to keep streaming, so I'm going to do my best to try to stream. Um, I'm going to try to stream once a week, but I can't make any promises that it'll happen because of school. So, just want to get that out there. Uh, with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did, and I'll see you in my next stream. This is DeckNut47, signing off.